beautiful and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video where we are going to talk about the new mini Metropolis. I have it here. This one from Natasha Denona. I bought this from her website and it got delivered today, like half an hour ago. So we are going to dig into this. We're going to do some swatches. I'm going to compare it to the original Metropolis palette because I have that here as well. We're just going to see, like, listen, here's the thing. I am here to review things to help you. I want to let you know, is this worth picking up? Like, for whom is this palette? Did I use that word correctly? Was that like grammatically correct? You have to let me know in the comments, but I just want to use it, swatch it, compare it, give some thoughts, create a look, and that's what we're gonna do today. And if you haven't been here before, if this is your first video here, hello, my name is Angie. I'm such a lover of beauty makeup, love everything beauty makeup related. I love trying all of it so you don't have to. I like reviewing things and letting you know which ones are actually the best things, which ones are good quality, good value, and just like interesting makeup items so that you can make good purchasing decisions. I'm also such a lover of finding new favorites and discovering old favorites within your collection and a lot of colors. So if you like that, if you want to see more makeup content on your timeline, don't forget to subscribe because I upload 5 videos a week, although this week it's going to be 7 videos a week. So stay tuned. So I bought this palette from the Natasha Denona website. I will say the packaging of this palette is stunning. It's this green that really matches the cover of the Metropolis palette. This one is $25. I bought it on Natasha Denona website. She has really good shipping, so that's why I bought it there. And it comes in this beautiful little box and it comes with a brush, but it's still the same price as her other mini palettes are. But here, it's a holiday set and you get a brush. This brush has a shorter handle. I can compare it to a normal handle brush. So it does have a shorter handle, but it's really soft and nice. It's a little bit of a, not stiffer, but it's not a super soft blending brush. So I think that this is perfect if you want to pack and disperse color. These are the kind of brushes that I use when I want to do matte colorful looks. I think this is a perfect brush to put in because I think that this one will work honestly with all of the kind of shades that are in here. So I'm really happy. And listen, this kind of a thing is a perfect set for someone that likes makeup. You don't want to spend too much money. $25, it's somewhere in the middle. Like if you're having a secret Santa or like a coworker or a friend that you know loves makeup but doesn't like buy a lot of makeup, I think this set is beautiful and you get this little brush. So the palette, like I said, it's absolutely stunning. This green packaging is gold. It has the same component as all of our mini palettes and it does look pretty similar. Like the only difference is that it's green instead of a like pink or red or whatever she's been doing. She does different kind of colors and I mean it all looks incredibly pretty. This kind of a color is an absolute throwaway shade for me because I don't use like bone colored matte colors. She says that this is a rusty brown on the website. I do not agree. This is a typical bone colored matte. This one is more of a khaki, darker khaki greenish brown, very pretty. These two shades are the new shades. Let me show you some swatches. So we have 3 mattes. The yellowy caramelly matte is actually part of the original Metropolis palette. Both of the shimmers are also in the Metropolis palette. And then the 2 new shades, like the exclusive shades for this palette, is the brownish khaki matte color and the bone colored matte. So if you think that these 3 are the most interesting shades and you own the Metropolis palette, which looks like this, let me show you. I love this palette. This is a beautiful Natasha Denona palette. It's absolutely stunning. These shades are in here. So if you thought that those were the 3 interesting shades and you own this palette, do not buy this mini palette. Unless you like go through shades or if you do makeup on the go a lot and like a mini palette makes sense for you. But like these 3 shades are in here. Like you have the names on this sheet here. So the shades is this one here, it is this one here, and it is this one here, if I'm not totally mistaken. These are the these are the shades that are in here. And I will say this dark green here with some like almost blurpy blue purple specks in it. It is an absolutely stunning color. This is like a metallic. This is more of a high shine metallic. It has a very sparkly high shine sheen to it. Both of these are very like stellar shades from this palette. I kind of wish that this was the shade that was chosen instead, the even more yellowy tone, just to make this palette a little more interesting. I also will say I think in a mini palette like this, like I understand why you would put a bone colored matte in here. I get it, I do understand. And I feel like this one is a smart shade because it really goes with these and it also complements some of the shades in here. I think that this palette doesn't 100% represent this palette because you have none of this half of the side of the palette. this side, the reddish orange, and I kind of wish that there would have been a dark burgundy brown here instead. Let me show you a swatch of my mock-up palette. If I switch that one out and I put what I wish the palette would have looked like that is how I feel the Metropolis palette is. It is a mix of like grungy greens and like muted yellows and golds together with that more reddish orangey warm side. It's a mix of those, and of course this one does have some blues as well, but I mean this green metallic here does have little blue specks in it. I feel like that for me, that would for me be a better mini palette, but I understand that that might be too dark and too dramatic for other people, but I'm just saying what I would have preferred. This is me speaking what I would have preferred. So I'm gonna dig in and try these. Oh, should we just compare them and see if they're the same quality? The 3 shades that are, let me do some live swatches and just see if they're the same. Like the 3 shades that are, they do seem pretty similar. Yeah, they are definitely the same. I mean, sometimes with these mini palettes you get a bit of a different quality, but I feel like they are the same. And also this Metropolis palette, like mine, it's getting up there in age. It's getting to be a little bit old, but honestly it's still performing really good. And yeah, these are definitely the same, exact same shades, I would say exact same formula as well. So this gives me very good hope that I'm gonna love this, because Metropolis has an absolutely stellar formula. Okay, so all of this talking and no makeup application, I'm gonna go wash my hands. I'm gonna zoom in and let's try this out, and I'm gonna do a look where I'm using all of these shades just to see what we can create. And if you're wondering about any of the other things that I have on my face, I will link everything down below. Every time I wear these earrings, people ask me where I bought them. I bought them at ASOS, but I bought them quite some time ago and they are unfortunately sold out. But ASOS does have really good, like quirky, fashionable, fun accessories, so do check them out. I will link them down below in case you are interested. Okay, let me wash my hands and let's get cracking. Okay, I'm gonna try and see if I can use all of these shades. So we're starting with this like caramelly beige, and I'm gonna use the brush that came in this one. I don't prefer brushes that have like small handles like this, but if it's a good brush, it makes it a really good set, because I mean, to have something like this to pop into like a little toiletry bag that you have in your work bag or something, to be able to do your makeup, maybe if you've been to the gym or something, I do feel like that is pretty cool. And I mean, this is definitely one of those brushes that can do everything if you wanted to. Even though I don't prefer brushes like this to do my shimmers, it definitely does work. I'm gonna go in with the same brush and this like darker shade. It's like a khaki green, and I'm gonna see if we can just do... Ooh, that's actually darker than I thought, but I feel like that is the case with a lot of Natasha Denona shadows. They just come off very dramatic and dark on the lid. Yeah, I'm gonna see if we can just... I'm not gonna pull it into the crease, I'm gonna keep it out here. And like I said, I'm using the same brush. And I'm just gonna deepen up the outer crease with this. But yeah, I like it. And especially together with that yellowy shade, I do like that combo. I think that this shade is a genius shade to put in. As a combo with the other shades. It's just the bone colored matte that I don't really like. And if I'm gonna be totally honest, I wish that it was 5 new shades to complement the palette instead of 3 existing shades. Because it makes it redundant for people that own and love the Metropolis palette. Like, why would you buy the same shades again? But that's just me. I mean, I bought it. I bought it, but I wanted to see if it was the same quality. I wanted to give you some opinions. But yeah. I do think that something like this is probably in the Trio Chrome palette, if I'm gonna be honest. That one does have some of these darker khaki tones. Now I'm bringing it in anyways. Stop making me do all these look so dramatic. So here we are. Is this a perfect blend? I don't know, but this is where we are. This is where we are. I'm gonna take this brush and I'm just gonna dip it into this like bone colored matte, and I'm just gonna take a little bit on the edge. I don't like a highlighted brow bone. It's not part of my style. I know a lot of people really like it. It just isn't my style, but I'm just gonna take a little bit of that and just run it over the edge. I want to use both of these shimmery shades. I'm gonna use a flat brush because I love using that. I like that it becomes a little bit more detailed. I might blend over with the other one later. Am I gonna spray it? You know what, I'm gonna spray. I don't want any fallout. Listen, I'm a coward. I'm a coward and I don't want fallout. I am sure though, and I have used Natasha Denona's shadows without spraying them. It's just that I don't want the fallout. It's literally, that's all it is. I find it hard to be inspired with eye makeup when I don't have my face makeup done. It is something that I literally should, like, I should make a point out of working on that. Like, I should be working on that because it's stupid. Not stupid, but it makes no sense. Let me put it like that. I think I might with the pencil brush do that shadow under my eyes. I didn't blend it out. You can see I just put it on, but I think I might do that under my eyes and like that. And I might blend a little bit with the khaki shade underneath. And I might drag it up a little bit because I want it to fade. I'm using that term very lightly, but I want it to fade into the khaki. Why did I not put my... Listen, sound off. I'm gonna just fade this into the khaki. I'm putting a little bit of the khaki on my brush. And I'm not trying to do a cut crease here. So I'm gonna fade this in. So we have this. I think that's pretty. Am I doing this correctly? I feel like I am. And just a little bit of the khaki matte. Very little. Okay, time for the yellowy gold, and I'm gonna put that here. And I'm gonna blend these two together because I didn't put a lot of the khaki, like the dark shadow in here, so I'm gonna keep it light in the inner part. I'm gonna use a little bit, this is a Refer 26, and a little bit of that like caramelly yellowy nude, and I'm just blending on the edge here so that it like somewhat makes sense. I'm gonna use that pencil brush and some of the gold in my inner corners, and I'm gonna meet it up under my eyes. Oh, and I'll blend a little bit with the yellowy matte under here as well. You know, for consistency. And with the same pencil brush, I'm gonna use some of this bone colored matte here. And I am just gonna press that in my inner corners. Hopefully I'm somewhat in focus. It doesn't do much on me though. I don't know, this is one of those shades that like, I just don't care for a shade like that. But this is basically gonna be the finished look. Let me finish it up and we can have like a chat about this mini palette. I do like the look though, I think it's really cool. I feel like I am like so glam, sitting here in like my sweatpants being like the most glam person ever, but I don't like it, it looks pretty. I love the quality. Let me put it like it. I love the quality of this. I just wish that this had been a complementary palette to the Metropolis instead of being 2 new shades and 3 existing shades. But that's me like owning the palette and wanting to have more shades. If you don't own the Metropolis palette and you just want to have like a little snack size of the color scheme, definitely definitely recommend it. I mean, this is the good Natasha Denona quality. And same, if you haven't tried Natasha Denona and you don't want to commit to something expensive even, like this is like, isn't this like 129 and you have those smaller palettes for 65? If you don't want to commit to something that expensive, this one and also the Mini Love, and I really like the Mini Sendo as well, those and the Mini Retro, like those 4 mini palettes, they're definitely the good Natasha Denona eyeshadow quality. If you wanted to try the eyeshadow quality and you just don't want to commit to one of the bigger ones. I still think that me personally, that I love the Mini Love, love the Mini, that I love the Mini Love the most out of the mini palettes. But I do think that this will come in as a second because I really do like this khaki like brownish shade. It did go pretty deep and dramatic, honestly, and I think just these 3 and skipping the green will make a really cool like mustardy grungy eye, and actually feel like I would want to wear that as well. But I was already wearing a green top, I'd already committed to green, so here we are. But yeah, I hope you liked the video. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, do let me know down below. If you have any other like opinions about this palette or about this look, please let me know in the comments. I love reading your comments. And if you're wondering about any of the things that I'm wearing or where you can find this palette, I will put it in the description box. If you're living in Europe, you can buy this palette already at like Cult Beauty, Feel Unique, Look Fantastic, I think. It is coming to European Sephora's in the mid of November. So it is already available at Sephora US, and I think also Sephora Asia, but it's not available at Sephora Europe until mid-November. I don't know why, but you can order it from Natasha Denona's website or at like Look Fantastic, Cult Beauty. I will link some of that down below as well. So I hope you enjoyed the look. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I will have a video tomorrow as well. We're doing the new makeup releases, and yeah, I'm doing videos Saturday, Sunday as well, so I will see you then. Bye!